Um, Last but not least, we're gonna talk about Spider-Man 2. There was a story trailer released. Again at Comic Con. This is the Comic Con 2023
Right.
episode. Um, and Graham Phillips is playing Harry Osborn. So there are now two Ben 10 actors on the cast now, because Graham played Ben 10 in the first live-action movie, Ben 10: Race Against Time, in 2007,
Wow.
and Yuri Lowenthal, of course, is voicing Peter.
Of course, of course.
And yeah, at the SDCC panel, Insomniac revealed a few other details. The game takes place 9 to 10 months after Miles Morales. And the story is described as a simple human story, so they're really focusing on just the human aspects of these characters. And they talk a little bit about how just some obvious things about how obviously it's going to be dealing with rage because of the symbiote.
Right, right, right.
And who is it? Miles is trying to enter college while Peter is poor and broke as usual as he's trying to pay for Aunt May's house.
Right,
Just
right.
classic Spider-Man stuff. Struggling, you know, I love my Spider-Man struggling, broken, beaten down, with the worst life possible. I need my mans to be in the dirt. Uh,
Life
um,
in the trenches makes them relatable.
yeah, Mary Jane works for Jonah Jameson at the Daily Bugle, who J. Jonah Jameson is returning to the Daily Bugle, whereas before he just had a podcast and he was a Alex Jones parody in the last game. And some people were afraid that I never felt this way, because I just know the basic stuff about Alex Jones. Like his content doesn't pop up on my timeline like ever.
Right.
So I just know the basic stuff about him. Whereas a lot of people felt like making J. Jonah Jameson like Alex Jones made him too irredeemable, which I disagreed with. I think even though he was like I don't feel like he ever said or did anything in those games that felt completely irredeemable. Because the thing about J. Jonah Jameson is he's not a bad person. He is actually a pretty good person deep down, and that's always a character arc he goes through. Is he makes mistakes, and eventually he essentially becomes Spider-Man's biggest fan. And
He's forgiven.
a lot of people were afraid that they were just gonna make him evil, like pure evil and a horrible person. But I never thought that was the case. Like I feel like he's
Yeah.
done worse things in the comics. He hasn't even done anything that bad in the game. The only super bad thing he's done in the game is the same thing that he's done in the comic, which he funded the creation of one of Superman Spider-Man's villains, Scorpion. He's part of the reason Scorpion exists, which is also a thing in the comics. I don't feel like he's done anything in the game to suggest that he won't have some type of redemption arc. But people are glad that he's back at the Daily Bugle because they feel like that pushes him closer to that. Um, Something that a lot of people didn't like, and I agree with, is that Mary Jane is a reporter in this, which isn't completely new. In the Ultimate Universe, she was a reporter. But the thing is, it is a trope in comic books for the main love interest of the main character to be a reporter. Lois
Yeah.
Lane, um, the Flash's wife, Iris West, even Wally West, when he becomes a Flash, his love interest, is also a reporter. Batman has Vicky Vale. I can go on
Right.
and on about superheroes dating reporters. Even women heroes date reporters. It's a trope, and and Mary Jane was always different because she was this kind of like party girl, this bad girl character she was an actress and a model. And superheroes date actresses all the time. I'm excuse me, models all the time, but not necessarily actresses. Um,
Right.
and also the actress characters never end up being the main love interest. They always are just a stepping stone on the way towards the main love interest, and like are just there for drama and all that. Because Mary Jane
Right.
is the main love interest. She's the person that Peter marries and has children with. Um,
Right.
but she was an actress and she was a model, and that was different. And I feel like they made her a reporter. The reason they made her a reporter in the games is so that she would be more of an active participant in the story and would find herself in these dangerous situations more often. But I feel like they could have just found the way to do that while she was an actress. I don't know.
Right. I
I
feel
don't think it's
I
that bad.
like it.
Like it's like it doesn't bother me too much. It just bothers me a little bit that it's just a very generic trope, and I would have preferred her to see her more as a you know an actress. I would like to see more of that version of Mary Jane because we
Real.
already have barely gotten that. We got it a little bit in the Sam Raimi movies, but in the current Spider-Man movies, Mary Jane, one, her name isn't even Mary Jane. It's like Michelle Jones or something like that, and she is literally just a copy paste exactly like Peter. It's weird. And the thing about it is, Zendaya could play the best Mary Jane possible because she literally is an actress and a supermodel.
Right.
She wouldn't even have to act; she would just have to be herself.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually make that change with her character and have her like want to become a model or something like that. But yeah, like I said, it works for the game for the most part. But it is, I don't know. I feel like maybe they could have done like a mix or something like that. Maybe she could have been an entertainment reporter. I don't know. It's not a strange decision. It's an understandable decision. I get why they did it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. They also say how much do you know about the story of this game? Before I say this next thing.
Not a lot, but
Well,
spoilers I'm not really pressed about.
Miles will confront Mr. Negative over the death of his father.
Ooh.
That happens in the very first game. And Mr. Negative is responsible. I don't think he directly is well, I think he like sets off some bomb and his father dies in the process. So yeah, he's gonna confront Mr. Negative about that. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot of like things about anger in this. And the trailer all but confirms that Harry is Venom. And yeah, everybody knew that. It was in the post-credit scenes for literally both games. They showed that the Venom symbiote was on Harry in both games.
Right.
So the music for this trailer was so good. I was kind of down on the main theme for the game, and I still am. I don't think it's great, especially in comparison to the main themes of the previous two games, which are some of my favorite Spider-Man themes. But I should not have doubted John Pisano because the music in this trailer was incredible, and I was like, okay, that's a good sign. The music in this game is going to be great. He also, coincidentally, I noticed when I was watching, when I was looking at the credits for the Invincible Eve Special, he also does the music for that show, and I had no idea. But yeah, I'm excited for Spider-Man 2. I'm still not a fan of PlayStation and their confidence in the fact that I'll buy this game so they don't feel the need to give a lot of information about the game or trailers. I hate that strategy so much. But unfortunately, I pre-ordered the game long ago. Like, I'm gonna get the game. It's Spider-Man. Like,
it's such a scummy strategy, but it works.
Because they know that like people trust Insomniac or like Naughty Dog or most of their studios because they haven't really let us down yet. Some people would argue they let us down Last of Us Part 2, but I like Last of Us Part 2 more than the first one. It's besides the point. But like, yeah, they haven't really let us down, so people are more willing to, like I've said before, I'm not a big person who likes to pre-order stuff, but when it's from a studio that I explicitly trust, I pre-order. Like I think I said this. I like the first Mortal Kombat trailer showed us nothing. It's just story stuff. Where usually Mortal Kombat first trailers usually do show gameplay. They show no gameplay in this. I didn't just pre-order that game. I pre-ordered the like deluxe edition or something like that.
Hey yo.
Like I broke my code so quick for Mortal Kombat. You don't understand. I was like, ooh, new Mortal Kombat? Pre-order immediately. But yeah, that's all I've got. If you don't have any video game news or anything like that.
Nope, not besides the Automata anime is back, and I'm very excited. They did a 4-episode marathon, and it's covering one of my favorite arcs in the game. So
yeah, I went to the drawer that has all my games in it, and I saw Nier there, and I was like, I'll play you eventually. But there's too many good games coming out this year. I gotta have some free time to really sit down and play that game, and I'm not gonna have that this year. I swear, I really want next year to be a super light year of games.
Yeah,
I need next year to be so light because this year has been too packed.
So much on my backlog that I have to get caught up on, and I can't because every game ever is coming out this year.
Yeah, it's
absurd.